an amending motion which has been circulated and posted to item 33A.
33A, there is an amendment that's being circulated. Sir, let me remind you, you filled out cards for public comment. Items 1A, 1B, 2, 3, 28, 33, and 34. Whenever you're ready, go ahead.
Okay, thank you. It is Eric Previn from CD2, and I'm running for the office of Mayor of Los Angeles. Item 34 has been continued, or 32 has been continued. First of all, that was very touching to see Mr. Blumenfield and Mr. Wesson congratulating ITA. Very lovely. Both of them today in item 1, CD7, where Mr. Wesson is not quite filling, but sitting next to the vacated seat by Mr. Fuentes, and Mr. Blumenfield from CD3 are leaning individuals in those districts, CD7 and CD3. It's heartbreaking once again because it continues, although it has been dramatically reduced, and it's nice because Blumenfield is not running now. He's running unopposed, and Wesson obviously is in an off cycle. So these must have been continued from prior meetings, and that's why they're still on the agenda. Item number 2, Mr. Cedillo is bringing a full liquor cabinet to the CVS in his district. I believe it's in Pico Union, 1300 West Washington. This is one of 2 liquor licenses today. Also, item 3, Mr. Krikorian is bringing one on Burbank Boulevard, where Mr. Tarosian has diligently worked with Tony I forget his last name, but the guy from the Valley Village Neighborhood Council. In both instances, LAPD is getting right on board. They say we do not oppose. And in both cases, the one for Mr. Cedillo's district, I would just simply ask you to look closely because the reporting is completely fishy. The incidents of crime seem much lower than what the LA Times is reporting. So I don't know if that's a factor in the decision making. I think it should be. And I think for the 7-Eleven group, we want to thank Price Waterhouse. We want to thank I believe it's M&B or M&J lobbying, and then the Ross Group. All of these lobbyists have been feeding like little thirsty animals at a river on this body to get these liquor licenses pushed through. And obviously, it's all in conjunction with Mr. Bonin's bold and brave Vision Zero initiative to reduce road death. But the problem is that by making liquor available in these areas, now there's no opposition because the neighborhood councils took care of that in CD2. I don't know that this is really something worth fighting against, but I do think that it's not helping. I don't understand why we are providing these licenses when, for example, in the CD2 area, there are 3 other liquor stores or places where you can have, they're different licenses, 21 and a 20 ABC licenses, but it's enough already in a neighborhood. These are right against a neighborhood. In Mr. Cedillo's district, it's near a freeway, and it's a real, they're open till 2 in the morning selling liquor. Now that's quite a surprise. In CD2, where Krikorian is holding court, they're closing at 11 p.m., but who's going to enforce that? I mean, we can't get a cop to come out on a call in my district, CD2, unless you have a real serious crime. They just don't, there's too many things going on and too few patrols, as we've been hearing about in our Public Safety Committee meetings. So I don't know. I just can't believe that this body continues in the public interest and necessity to do this. It feels
Thank you,
slightly
Mr.
off.
Previn. You have
Yeah.
1 minute for general public comment.